Hey guys, it is Tristan with Nerdette's NewsStand, and I am back to my regular goofy videos. Nothing super serious this time, thankfully. So, I seen this morning from Screen Rant, and I love this idea. I think this would be amazing, though I will tell you my drawback here in a second. Tom Welling said he would play Batman in the Arrowverse. Now, that leaves a lot open for interpretation. It could be Arrow, it could be the upcoming Batwoman. It could be a lot of different things. He could be a guest star in Supergirl. I mean, he could literally do anything, and it's not any specifics. We will get to the podcast where he says this, but Tom Welling, if I would be very surprised if you did not recognize him. He is from Smallville. He did 10 seasons of being Clark Kent. He did 10 amazing seasons of being Clark Kent. Like, I watched Smallville, and then I watched Smallville again. And then for good measures, I watched Smallville again. I absolutely adored this show. I think from season 1 to season 10, it did a good job. It was what a superhero show on the CW should be. Not what we see now from even... Okay, so Arrow's okay. Flash is okay. When you get to shows like Supergirl and the upcoming Batwoman is when you start to see this agenda being pushed into these shows that they don't belong in. And this was what a superhero show besides Gotham should be doing correctly. It had everything from seeing him on the farm with his parents to him growing up, his relationship with Lana, his relationship with Lois, getting out of school, getting out of Smallville, going to Metropolis, you know, the different types of kryptonite that affected him. There was his relationship with Lex and Lionel. Like, I could literally make a whole video about how good and how much I liked Smallville. I liked everything about it. The only thing I didn't like is that it ended, and that we didn't get to see Clark fly until, you know, the last minute. I don't know. But it was one of my favorite shows I hold near and dear. And for that reason alone, and for the fact that he is good at what he does, this could be so epic to see actually happen. He is a good actor. He is a good fit physically for the role. And I think he would do a good job. He's perfect age range. He's 42. That would be absolutely perfect. Like, honestly, I would love to see this as a replacement for this Robert Pattinson. I think he would do a much better job. Unfortunately, that won't happen. But even so, the only thing I would worry about when it comes to this is if they shoehorned him in, say we get Batwoman, and she has her, I guess there's a chance it could be successful. I'm not exactly sure what that chance is, but there's a chance. So this happens. We see her introduction. We learn why Batman has left. And we get the introduction to Batman and maybe why he left. Or even something along that lines. Him being in that show could cause issue if their agenda is being pushed. I would feel like it would be a wasted talent. I know a lot of people are not fans of Titans. And I did enjoy the show. I personally thought it wasn't awful. There could have been a lot worse shows. It could have been done a lot worse. I thought there was some injustices when it came to the show. But we are getting Batman in the second season. I know that is not CW. And that is specifically what he talked about. But it could be good for that show to see a good Batman, because we had a good Robin, not so much Jason Todd, but we had a really good Robin. We had some really good characters. It could go really well with that show. So he was on a podcast, and the podcast was called Inside of You. It was him and Michael Rosenbaum, who played Lex Luthor, who is probably, honestly, my favorite Lex Luthor. He did amazing with that role. He even did a little cameo in Arkham Knight, which I absolutely adored, the fact that it was him. But they were talking about different things when it comes to the Arrowverse, and he kind of joked around saying that he signed on for 6 episodes of arrow. Well, come to find out it wasn't true. He did not. It was just a joke. But even so, he said, you would do that in a second, right? And Rosenbaum asked, and he said, yeah, I do like Batman. I think there is some room to grow here. And yeah, it would be different, meaning it would be different than playing Superman, and he would like the idea. I absolutely adore this. Like, maybe I'm just too nostalgic for some Smallville, but I think that he would be a very good Batman. The talk came up, within the last few months of who should play Batman, and he never crossed my mind. Because when I think of Tom Welling, Superman comes to mind. He never crossed my mind. I was saying people, like James Dornan or a few others, not Robert Pattinson, but he never crossed my mind. What a perfect role. Honestly, I think this could be really, really well done. I would like to see it more personally if they do it on season 2 of Titans and not Batwoman, because I've covered just exactly why I don't want anything to do with Batwoman. She is a woman, hear her fucking roar. Oh my god. So I really think this would be actually very cool. So I wanted to share this. Let me know what you guys think. I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.